How do you get to a place where you can act in love when you're surprised by sin? The first thing you can do is you can check your heart. Now, when I say check your heart, what I mean is recognizing that Jesus commanded us very specifically to love other people. But when we're sinned against, it is easy to get upset. It's normal to get upset because we're dealing with the sins of the world and it hits us right where it hurts. The other side of it, though, is recognizing that we're on a rescue mission. Here's what I mean by that. I've got a friend of mine who's a firefighter, and him and I were in a conversation this last week, and I was doing some research for this message, and I asked him specifically, I said, how do you get ready for the day as a firefighter? What is it that you do every day to get ready for the day? And he's like, well, here's what I do, and he talked about this preparation. He said, but it's all about a mindset. He said, I get all my gear ready, and I get my heart ready, and that kind of stuff, but the truth is, I realize when I leave the station house, I'm gonna run into all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm gonna run into fires. I'm gonna run into people who need paramedic help. I'm gonna run into people who call 911 because they made a boneheaded decision and they need me to come save them. I'm gonna run into all kinds of people that day. But the truth is, I've gotta be ready. Because when the world's at its worst, it needs me at my best. And that's why I'm here. I thought that was really profound. It was something I needed to hear. Here's what he said. A world at its worst needs you at your best. Sometimes you and I wake up in the morning, we just hope that the world is gonna be nice to us. Like, I really hope my husband's in a good mood. I really hope my wife isn't a nag today. I really hope my kids are just really, really nice to me. I hope my grandkids call me. I really hope my boss isn't a jerk. Hope my employees don't steal. I really hope today's a good day. But the truth is, it might not be. And when Jesus says, I chose you, what he's saying is, I chose you to be on this rescue mission with me. It's like you go from being rescued now to being a firefighter with Jesus, going out in the world and dealing with all kinds of horrible things that are gonna happen. And recognizing, okay, this is why I'm here. I'm not surprised by sin. I know it's coming. I'm a firefighter. I'm not surprised by fire. I know it's coming, and that's why I'm here. I'm ready for it. That was a fantastic perspective. And in order to be ready for it, you and I might need to do some things very specific to being ready to deal with the sin of other people. Sometimes that means setting boundaries. Sometimes that means saying, look, in order for me to love you well, I have to put some distance between you and I. I've got to be ready in the morning. I've got to wake up in the morning and I've got to do my devotions. I've got to pray. I've got to be ready to go out into the day. There's a lot of things that you can do and I can do to be ready to deal with the sins of the world and not be surprised when it comes on our doorstep. You've got to check your heart. This is what Jesus said in John 15. He said, I chose you and I appointed you so that you might go bear fruit. When you check your heart, you realize I have been chosen for this moment. This isn't happening to me on accident. God asked me to join him in the mission of making the world better. And so when I encounter sin, I'm not surprised because he told me he was gonna do it. He chose me to go bear fruit in the world. I'm now on the rescue team. You've got to check your heart. Why are you surprised? Jesus called you to go and help.